Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dave's Dungeon. I'm your host, Dungeon Master Dave, and I'm here with another Sekiro playthrough. Now, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm having to do this in post commentary because the audio messed up on this video, and I'm not really skilled enough to try and fix it. It's got a stuttering issue, but so I don't lose the video, I'm just gonna do some post commentary over top of it. So, guys, just forgive me. This is a one time thing. We won't make this regular. So, we're getting into the fight with Genichiro. This guy's been a problem. I've been having to practice him a good bit. So, I had to come in here and die a few hundred times to get good enough to deal with all of this. But this actually ends up being a pretty good attempt. Man, his like combo string is so fluid because he can change it up. But we're using a skill here called flowing waters or floating waters to help us anytime he pauses like that to get in a bunch of attacks that'll make his posture, kind of skyrocket. Ooh, good Makiri parry there. I'm getting a little bit better at that. Get it? Yeah. Getting that. And it's so unfair having to fight him with that bow. That bow is such a cheap mechanic. I wish I could get one. Here I am complaining about it and then actually enjoying it. So, with this fight, you just got to get good. You have to fight him straight up. And it's really a trick. Because he just goes ape. And this isn't even the hardest part. This is like, I actually enjoy this part of the fight. It's the next part that gets kind of crazy. And there's one bead down. Now we got two more to go. And I'm getting the feel for his strings for those sort of staggered strings like that. So everything's going okay. Oh, I hate that grab. That grab is the devil. Anytime you see him flash, it's like one of three things, and you can never quite tell what he's going to do with that. You can kind of tell by the way he's postured, but then sometimes it's like, nope, yeah, got missed that one completely. Yeah, this is where we started losing a bit of our fluidity, getting our butt kicked, and almost dead here. Get a good block. And see, this is where the bow is just so like hard to deal with. Yeah, get those heels in you. Jump. Good jump. Starting to get that down a little bit more. Back away. Yes. Finally missed it. And I'm having to tell you guys, I'm telling you guys that flowing waters or floating waters is just amazing. I've actually started to really enjoy it. And you get it by going to get the fish scales for the guy in the pot. So the two fish scales we got from Simpo gave us enough to go actually attain that skill. But if in the beginning you get it from all the fish in Hirata without buying the flaming gourd, so you have to make a choice there. Do you want the gourd of not going to help you really? Ooh, good jump, good jump. Or can I get an actual really decent skill that's super good and gives us a lot of strikes? And I've heard you can even upgrade it. You just have to be careful how you use it. If you use it as an opener, you're going to get scored with it. It's about the same as what's that other skill? Got the second one down. Uh, Ichimonji. Yeah, if you use Ichimonji in the wrong way, you get schooled. The same thing for flowing waters. Oh, good Makiri. Jump and swing. Yes. First time I actually got that pulled off. And I missed the Makiri there. Totally. Oh, and he screwed up, went over my head. Yep, making mistakes all over the schoolyard. And I'm lucky here that I didn't die to him in the first place, because this would have been bad. If I didn't have that life bead, I would have been hurt. I'd have been upset. Jump on his head. Come on, get it. Yeah! That's how we do it. Oh, and don't forget the execution. Yeah, he was a real pain in the butt. Like, oh my god, was he a pain in the butt? It's so nice to finally be past him. And so we get this memory, and I noticed something about the memories. These things are. They're not our memories. They're the memories of the people we're fighting, and we're able to just straight up get them. And then they help us with our attack power. And I've noticed that that's kind of weird. Like, how are we able to obtain someone else's memories? So apparently one of our powers is to be able to see the memories of others and see what memories happen in certain places. So like all the little red memories and stuff like that, that's all those places. That's all the memories that have happened in those places. Emma getting in trouble. I'm telling. And this is when we get the big surprise. He ain't dead. He ain't dead by a mile. And not only is he not dead, but he is changing. He's already tapping into heretical powers with Tomoe, which so am I with the floating waters. It's heretical according to the Ashina. And he's using Tomoe's powers, which are also, but he's changing into a demon, or what we'll find out later is a Shura. We're going to talk to Ishin and actually find out that there's such a thing called a Shura, who is a type of person who just loves killing and does it for the joy of doing it. So there's really, I'm thinking he's changing into that. He's tapping into some bad stuff here. So now that the fight is done, we get like 3 save points in this one area. Because remember, we got the one downstairs, we got the one there, and then as soon as we go inside the building, there's another one just down the stairs. It's like, why did you put a save point every 5 feet? That doesn't make sense. So here we're finding out that Genichiro is not Emma's master. It's actually Lord Ishin, who is Genichiro's master. So Ishin doesn't want to do anything with the dragon's blood. He doesn't actually want to encounter that at all. He wants to save Ashina, but not by going above and beyond. And something I'm noticing about this game is it has to deal with what your means are and what your ends are. So for Genichiro, saving Ashina by any means necessary is his sort of MO. That's what he's going for. He'll tap into heretical strength. He'll use forbidden techniques. He'll turn into a demon. It's just all for Ashina. And the end is a good thing, but his means are the very thing that's destroying Ashina. So he's going far beyond what a normal person would do in order to get there, in order to achieve his goal. And in the same way, we're doing the same thing. Here we start to see Kuro again, and he's tired of being an immortal. He's tired of being the Highlander. And he wants to save us. So he's looking for a way to get out of the dragon's heritage, to completely just do away with it. And I'm sad that I'm going to have to cut this audio a bit. It really makes me sad because we go through a lot of conversations in this episode. Again, guys, I'm sorry, but the audio just chopped up on me. It completely just. And here, I want to help Kuro, but the option won't let me. So we end up having to adhere to our iron code. But he comes back and convinces us. So I guess that's at least something. We get to do what we want to do, but not in the means we want to do it. And that's an important detail. We are still going ends justify the means, but it's how far we're willing to go. And we're going to find out why that's important in a little bit when we go actually talk to Lord Ishin. Yeah, we're still on your side, Kuro. We're still going to help you. So now he's trying to tell us how to sever the immortality. He hasn't quite figured it out. So apparently there was a divine heir before him, and he left behind texts that talk about how to sever the immortal heritage and how he did it. So we have to find Fountainhead Palace. We have to find our way into that place and use Dragon's Tears to somehow sever his immortality. Yeah, now he's telling us about incense. Now, I haven't quite figured out what the deal is here with the burner. Apparently, it's how you get into Fountainhead. I'm not quite sure how that works. But apparently, we're going to have to figure that out. Remake it somehow, and then put it all back out there. Oh, man, this is like weird. Because right now, I'm having to pay attention to what the video is doing, and then think about what I said, and then think about what I was wanting to say, and think about now, kind of where I'm gonna go with my commentary. This is such a weird thing, but it's my first time, and it'll hopefully be the only time I have to do this, because I really want you guys to get my raw reactions. It's not fun putting all this effort into it. And like I had a video before this that was just garbage. It just didn't want to encode, didn't want to load, didn't do anything I wanted it to do. So I just scrapped it and started over. And luckily I hadn't gotten anywhere. But with this one, I actually got to kill Genichiro, make it a little bit further in the story. Here Emma's ragging on us because we seem happier. Which we are, because we saved our Lord. Of course we're happier. But now we got to figure out a way to kill our Lord, or at least sever his tie to immortality, because we don't want him to have that no more. Yeah, searching around looking for look, an item. Hugging up against random walls, just looking for things that will let us through to the next area. I'm in your house, breaking your stuff. And the big reveal that we're not anywhere near as far as we think we are. Yeah, we were all the way up in Ashina Castle, all the way at the very top. And where are we now? Ashina outskirts. We are back at the dilapidated temple, ladies and gentlemen. I was floored. I mean, how the heck do you go from being at the very top of a temple to being all the way back at the dilapidated temple? And who didn't tell me that was a way through? I could have snuck in there the whole time? You shitting me? You kidding me? So now Kuro is gonna get us to continue our search, help him lose his dragon heritage, and help me from being an undead zombie. 'Cause you see, it's not me, it's not my immortality. In your hands, I'm a zombie. And this is the stupidest thing. He's like, follow me. And then it's like, he walks 2 feet and stops. But it's kind of neat because he's showing you a detail that I actually missed here. Because that's a window. That's how you get back outside. And I'm like, we could just go back upstairs, dude. We don't have to go out the window. But if you want us to, I'm down. Yeah, we gotta follow the smoke. Gotta get around to the side and follow the smoke. See? It's like, oh, open the window. Holy cow, we're out on the roof. Yeah, we out here now. And see, this is right off the point where we were fighting Genichiro. So there are 3 save points, like not 10 feet away from one another. And I'm just like, what? Dark Souls, you had to go for miles. You had to go uphill both ways for 5 miles to find another save point. And half the time, they didn't even have another save point. You opened a pathway that took you back to your original save point. There was none of this, oh, here's a save point, and there's a save point, and there's a save point, and you've walked 10 feet. It's like, what is this? Oh, I actually really like this character. This dude right here is super cool. And some will note, this is the Tengu. This is the guy who actually gave us the Ashina text and had us go kill the trolls. And he gives us a drink because, as we come to find out, Lord Ishin is not a fan of what Genichiro's doing. So while Genichiro may be a by any means necessary kind of character, Lord Ishin is not. He sees that what Genichiro is doing is, in essence, doing the very thing he doesn't want to do. It's destroying Ashina, instead of helping it. So as he grips tighter, it just keeps going through his fingers. And he's musing because, as I found out, Genichiro is not his son. He's adopted. And we find out here that Ishin is also a bit of a drinker. So we're going to feed him some liquor here in a second. But he's got to tell us how to sever the immortality first. And he tells us about the immortal blade. And I was like, ooh, where do I find that? And he's like, Senpo Temple. And I'm like, I was just there. Why couldn't I find it? So now I gotta figure out where to go, how to find that, which is gonna be a big pain in the butt. I'm not even sure I'm gonna be able to do that. Cause it's like, I felt like I went everywhere, but I'm probably just missing the one little area. Yeah, see, he's telling us, it's in Zempo. We were just there. Why couldn't you tell me where it was? Is it in this closet? Where do you hide a mortal blade that can kill you? Yeah, and he's like, I don't know what's going on in Simpo. Yeah, I know what's going on in Simpo. Some screwed up stuff. These guys are trying to find immortality so they can reach enlightenment instead of following the ways of Buddha. They have discarded them. And again, we're back to that by any means way of thinking. So it's all about the means in this game. And I'm really starting to enjoy that because it's like the monks in the temple. Oh, yeah, we're giving him some monkey booze. I love this stuff. Monkey booze. And it's called Shura's wine. And there's some very important information here on that. Shura. What is a Shura? Those who go on killing will eventually become Shura. So, again, just like in Simpo, where they're doing it by any means necessary, Ashura just likes killing by any means, enjoys it. And that becomes a bad thing. And he's warning us, yeah, you screw it up, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. And, I'm down with that because that reminds me of the carver, of the guy who originally had the arm. He's filled with this rage, and he's constantly carving the Buddha to absolve it. And it reminds me that he lost his arm because of that, because of his rage and stuff. So it reminds me of all that. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, and I'm realizing that while it may not be the Dark Souls way, it may not be the Bloodborne way, this game still has a mythos. This game still has a story here, and I'm missing it. It's flying past me. Like the memories, we're eating people's memories. I didn't realize that until it hit me that it gives you sustenance when you recollect them, and I'm like, oh, we're memory eater. And here he's telling us about Tomoe, which that was the person who gave Genichiro his lightning powers, and he's warning us not to get lost up in the ever-changing current of influence that we're going to be going through. Because it's like every character we're meeting has their own wants, their own motivation, their own reason for being there. Like Emma was serving Ishin this whole time. I didn't think about it. She's not there for us. She's there to serve Lord Ishin. Now, the Carver, I think, is the most pure character there. And he's filled with this anger to carve the Buddha, as his purpose. But he doesn't feel like he's there for any particular scheme yet. Oh, yeah, whoopsie, wandered into a room full of ninjas. I wish Lord Ishin had told me about that. Yeah, we're not going to make it out of here alive. It's like, you were in the wrong neighborhood, mother. You came to the wrong house. Right up the backside. Just completely whipped my ass. Just 100% whipped me. But like I was saying, I think the story of this game is all about how you intend to do something, not what you do. Because we've been going about it, we want to help our Lord, and that's a good thing. That's a good end. But it's how we choose to do it that's very important. Talk to Emma some more, because now we've talked to Lord Ishin. And this game is always, oh, you talk to this person, now talk to that person, now talk to this person, now talk to that person. And she's telling us that not only did Genichiro drink the rejuvenating waters, which I thought, oh, well, there's nothing to that. Well, actually, if you don't have the dragon's blood, it's apparently poisonous. But he drank the rejuvenating sediment, which is apparently an extra strong condensed version of the waters. And I'm wondering where he even got them. Like, we don't even know where they spring from other than the gourd seeds. And here we find out uh, Dogen's medical records and everything was destroyed, and he had been studying the rejuvenating waters. And then we find out about Dogen, and Dogen is the dude in the dungeon, in the abandoned dungeon. So we're probably gonna have to go see him in a little bit. I don't know when. Don't expect it in the next episode. I've got to figure out where I'm going. Because right now, it's like wide open. It went from being like, save Kuro, to now Kuro saved. What do we do now? I don't know. And Emma's like growing on me, but I don't know if we're going to have to do something about her or not. We're going to have to figure that out. Because she serves Ishin, so we can't quite trust her. Yeah, see right here? Reflection of such a memory provided sustenance for the wolf. And that was what it like clicked in my head. It was like, oh, so now we're somehow imbibing these memories. We're taking them into ourselves, and they're making us stronger. And in that way, we have some sort of special skill. Because not only are we seeing the visions of Lord Kuro and Emma out and about, but now we're taking the memories of our enemies, and when we get the special trinkets like the bell from Granny, which by the way her name's not Granny, but that's what I'm going to be calling her anyway. Inosuke's mother. When we got the bell from Inosuke's mother, we were going through her memories of the events. But we also have to think where we found her. She was right outside of Lady Butterfly's room. Now, I don't know if that messed with her or something like that, but I don't know that she's exactly remembering everything right. We don't know that. So there's a lot still open, but from what I can tell, we're traversing other people's memories. So this is all about memory and motivation. So there's just sort of balance there between what we know and what we intend to do. We get our first ninjutsu. Take 6 of those salt spirit emblems, which is kind of steep, but it gives us like a hide in blood sight. If we use it right, we can stab someone and then from their blood build like smoke screen, which is kind of gross when you think about it, but I'm down. Yeah, when we were fighting the ninja, we actually got corrupted with dragon rot. So here I realize I have 5 of the dragon emblems. I can't remember what it is, but I have 5 of them. So I decided to go ahead and use one to go ahead and just get rid of that and take ourselves back to full. So find a gun fort key. Got to figure out where to use that. It seems like it's at the end of the sunken valley, which I think that's where the monkeys were, where it said like the snake shrine. So we got to figure out what to do there. I think the key might be for something back in there. As much as I don't want to go back and deal with the snake, we're gonna go check it out soon. Yeah, it's dusty up in here. So here he's asking us about Lord Ishin, and then we tell him about the Mortal Blade, and he's trying to help us figure out where to go for that. Yeah, he's been looking up books on the Fountainhead, so there's an important detail there. So when we killed Lady Butterfly, we found a Sakura droplet, and so here we're going to be giving him that. And I didn't realize it at the time, but that gives you another resurrection. So instead of having just two, we're going to have a third. And we come to find out that it's the blood of Lord Takeru, the previous divine heir. So something's going on where he actually got to kill himself, or he got his divinity removed, his immortality removed, and then has probably died. So maybe that was how they cured the dragon rot before this, because remember, we didn't know how to cure the dragon rot before Emma. Emma came, gave us the divine dragon emblems, and now, now we can cure it. But before, with Dogen, they didn't know all that. They didn't know how to cure it. So it just one day went away. Or maybe the Divine Lord severed his immortality and that cured it. And see here, they're telling us a little bit about Takeru. They're telling us we got to find a place where all the waters are converging, these rejuvenating waters. So I don't quite know where that is, but we're going to figure it out. There's water that flows through the fountainhead from us, White lotus flowers. We got to find one of those. And again, they tell us the sunken valley, so we got to figure out where to go for that. Yeah, and again, I think that's back where the snake shrine was. Not quite sure. And by the way, not the first snake shrine, but the second one. The one where I actually ran away from it because its title was Snake Shrine. And then we're going to give him. We're giving him the plaque we found from the Simpo monk. We talked to him last time and he told us some stuff about the divine rejuvenating powers and how he was sorry and how there's another divine child. We'll probably go meet them soon. Who knows? We're going to have to figure that out. But for the most part, everything seems to be going the right way. There's just a lot of information here. Like, it's just like information dump city. And we also find out that there's a stone. So we got to go back to the well and figure out where the stone is. There's also an ever blossom we're going to have to figure out how to save. Because apparently there was a tree who had blossoms that blossomed all year. And it was from the spirit realm, from this divine realm. And now the tree is dead. So we're going to have to figure out how to get back there. Yeah, they're talking about how it smells like sakura. And if you don't know, sakura is a blossom. It's a type of flower. It has a unique smell. If you're American, you probably know it closer to Japanese cherry blossom. It's like that, but it's again different. Sakura smells a little bit, again, different. He gave us a note to remind us of stuff on the White Lotus. So again, breaking your samurai swords. We've already gone looking for items. Turn around, dude. Broken the lamp. Yeah, talking about the sakura tree behind the castle. And apparently, Lord Takeru brought the tree even from his homeland. So, again, this Ever Blossom. So, we're going to have to figure out how to find one of those. And I can tell you that's probably not going to be easy. So, now we've got a quest, guys. We got a fetch quest. And I love the way they're doing it because it's like every piece of the quest is got its history presented right there. It's not like, hey, go get me 5 pieces of boar hide and 2 pieces of wood. These are particular items. And in, sort of Japanese storytelling fashion, the items are really important and they tell you why they're important. And they tell you where they come from and who was involved in finding them or making them or everything else. So there's a lot of good stuff right there, man. I enjoy that better than just go get me random parts A, B, and C. So here we're going to end the episode. This should be my only episode where I have to do post commentary. Hopefully, if I have any others that the audio screws up on, I don't know. We'll have to do this again. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to check this out. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like in the description, or make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell. Trying to remember everything in my outro now, because it's like, I'll see you guys later. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.